We left about a year ago. We crossed all Canada, all the states, all Mexico, and now we're here in Central America, just in time for rainy season. Okay, here I'm covered. So yeah, we don't ride much at the moment. It's too rainy, too muddy to keep it fun. So we decided to take a break, and we are staying in Antigua for a while. The idea is to work full time for a few months, probably a couple months, to work on the bike and take a break. And actually Antigua is the perfect place to do that because we're quite high in altitude, so the rainy season is not the worst. It mostly rained in the afternoon. That gave us some time to visit and enjoy this incredible city and to do some cool stuff like climbing an active volcano, for example. Let me show you that. So the rain gave us a few hours of peace every morning, allowing us to discover what so many travelers describe as the most beautiful city in Central America. Antigua is a city that seems to live in another time. The uneven cobblestones still echo with the sound of old cars. The facades, weathered by time, bear layers of faded colors. Behind each wall lies a hidden courtyard, a fountain, a bougainvillea. Founded by the Spanish in the 16th century, Antigua was once the country's capital before an earthquake almost completely destroyed it. The ruins of its Baroque churches are a reminder of this fragility, but life has never left the valley. Today, artisans' cafes stand alongside ruined caverns. Mayan vendors cross paths with students who have come to learn Spanish. Everything seems still, and yet everything moves silently. And everywhere, volcanoes watch over the city. The silhouettes frame the city, imposing, almost unreal. On some days, you can see the smoke from Fuego, a discreet breath that reminds us that the earth here never really sleeps. We are going like the volcano. Let's go! Among the volcanoes is Acatenango. At 3,976 meters above sea level, it faces Fuego, one of the most active volcanoes in Central America. That's the one we decided to climb. The hike starts early, in black dust and clouds. The slope is steep. The bags are heavy. Very steep. Out of breath. And the air gets colder with every step. We're in the clouds. We climb in single file, each of us breathing our own breath, each of us in our own heads. At base camp, we can't see much.
These clouds.
The clouds swallow everything, the landscapes, Fuego, and a little bit of our motivation. So we improvise a giant game of dice to pass the time. And then, just when we had given up hope, the sky cleared, just for a few minutes.
Leia, look. Oh, no, no! No, no, no!
Leia! Is it possible?
Yeah, that's smoking. That's definitely smoking. At 3 in the morning, the alarm clock rings. It's dark, it's cold, and we set off again. The summit seems close, but the climb is slow, freezing, almost absurd. When we finally reach the top, we are soaked, frozen,
And it was a struggle.
and immersed in clouds. No sunrise, no volcano in eruption. We arrive in the heart of a thick cloud. Just the wind, the feeling of being very small, and the reminder that we cannot control nature. We tell ourselves we'll come back, maybe on a day when the sky is clear. But deep down, it doesn't matter because we so feel with breath, and that's already a lot. So we spent a little bit more than 2 months in Antigua, and that was great. It was mainly to avoid the most of the rain season, but at the end, Antigua is quite high in altitude, so it was quite pleasant to be here because it mostly rained in the afternoon and we can enjoy all mornings. So we could really enjoy the city, which is absolutely stunning. And yeah, it was a nice place to live for a few months. We could meet people, like just having a little bit of social life again. That was nice. We stayed all this time in a hostel held by a family, which is like super cute, super nice to live here with kittens, and yeah, it was a nice experience. It wasn't the plan initially. We were actually supposed to volunteer during these 2 months, but we arrived at the place and the guy who was supposed to be our boss, how to say that nicely, he gave us a bunch of red flags. So we left very quickly because we didn't want to have anything to deal with him, and actually the future told us that we were right about that. So that was a good move. And at the end, we just worked a bit more. So we both teach languages online, and we worked almost full time. During this time, we also took time to take some Spanish classes because there's Spanish schools in Antigua. So we took some intensive week, 1 week for me, 2 weeks for Quentin. That was a great experience. I think we improved a lot. We took care of the bikes and we just enjoy having a local life here. So yeah, I am definitely gonna miss this place because that was a very nice place to call home.